This week in Salem, secrets are ready to explode. Rafe Hernandez prepares a DNA swab on baby Tessero, but will the test reveal truth, or ignite a new wave of lies? Rachel Black, torn between love and guilt, makes a desperate prison visit to Kristen DiMera. Meanwhile, whispers of adoption swirl as Julie and Maggie grieve, Chanel dreams of family, and Leo fuels the fire with gossip. In Salem, every answer breeds another question, and danger waits in the shadows. The week's preview begins with two of Salem's most enduring figures, Julie Williams and Maggie Kuriakis. Both women carry the weight of loss on their shoulders, yet what makes this moment powerful is not their sorrow, it is their resilience. Julie, ever outspoken and fierce in her loyalty to family, has weathered the heartbreak of losing Doug, the man who defined her life. Maggie, graceful yet unshakably strong, still grieves the loss of Victor, a titan whose presence loomed over Salem for decades. When they sit together, their words are not drenched in despair, but in understanding. They know the particular loneliness of widowhood, the kind of silence that lingers in a house when a partner is gone. Yet they also know survival, and their conversation turns toward the future. Both women reflect on the constant storms that batter Salem, betrayals, lies, and secrets that shake families to their core. In their quiet exchange lies a warning: the younger generation may soon find themselves in over their heads. Adoption disputes, hidden truths, and fiery romances could tear lives apart, and when that happens, wisdom will be needed. Julie and Maggie represent a living reminder that strength doesn't come from avoiding grief, it comes from enduring it. Their calm moment together is more than nostalgia. It is a mirror of what Salem has endured and a chilling reminder that even the strongest peace never lasts long. As the spotlight shifts, a new tension rises: the fate of baby Tessero. Javi Hernandez, eager and determined, speaks with Leo Stark in a conversation that is equal parts gossip and foreshadowing. Leo, with his trademark wit and flamboyant exaggeration, gleefully remarks that now the waiting period is over, tons of people are going to be competing to adopt the cutest baby on the planet. His words, while cheeky, reveal a brewing storm, because Tessero isn't just a child, he's a mystery wrapped in Salem's endless web of secrets. For Javi, the matter is personal. As a Hernandez, his interest could entangle his family in a struggle much larger than he realizes. For Leo, it's another piece of juicy drama to revel in, but even he can't ignore the fact that Tessero's future is a prize many will fight for. Salem's history proves that adoption is rarely simple, it often unearths hidden truths, long-buried betrayals, and questions of loyalty. This moment reframes adoption not as an act of love but as a battleground. Every potential parent who steps forward brings not just affection but baggage. Tessero symbolizes hope for some, power for others, and unresolved secrets for many. Javi's involvement hints that the Hernandez family may play a pivotal role, either stabilizing Tessero's future or plunging him deeper into chaos. And while Leo's flamboyant commentary might seem harmless, fans know Salem's pattern. When too many eyes are set on one child, the truth about his origins won't stay hidden for long. In another corner of Salem, the adoption storyline takes a more intimate turn with Chanel Dupree DiMera and her husband, Johnny. Chanel, who has fought hard for love and stability after years of ups and downs, speaks from the heart. She doesn't just want to start a family, she already has a child in mind. That child is Tessero. This confession electrifies the moment. For Chanel, Tessero represents more than just the chance at motherhood. He symbolizes a fresh start, a way to create stability in a world that constantly threatens to take it away. Her desire to adopt him isn't born out of impulse, but from a deep yearning for roots and permanence. Johnny, however, stands at a crossroads. As a DiMera, he is no stranger to family complications. He knows better than anyone that bringing Tessero into their lives could draw them into a dangerous spiral of secrets and rivalries. Adoption may strengthen their bond, but it could also entangle them in the legacy of deceit that haunts every DiMera decision. Their discussion highlights the classic soap tension, youthful optimism colliding with hard-earned caution. Chanel sees only the possibilities, Johnny sees the risks. Yet in Salem, hesitation is dangerous. Waiting too long could mean someone else claims Tessero, and with him, the life Chanel dreams of building. The preview leaves fans asking, will Johnny share Chanel's vision, or will his reluctance fracture their plans before they even begin? Either way, Tessero is not just a baby, he is the center of a choice that could define Chanel and Johnny's future forever. Brady Black has carried many burdens in his life, but none so heavy as the questions surrounding baby Tessero. For weeks, Brady dismissed the idea that Tessero could be Sophia Choi's child, certain she hadn't given birth yet. But Salem thrives on deception, and the latest clue rattles his certainty. Could Sophia have stretched her web of lies so far that she faked her pregnancy longer than anyone realized? Sophia's history leaves little room for doubt. She has built her reputation on manipulation, switching stories, bending truths, and creating illusions that crumble only when it is too late. If Tessero is hers, then Sophia has achieved her most dangerous trick yet, hiding an entire birth from Salem under the cover of lies. For Brady, the implications are terrifying. Not only would this mean Sophia has deceived everyone once again, but it could also mean Tessero has been living a lie since his first breath. Enter Steve Johnson. When Brady shares the newest updates, Steve's sharp instincts kick in. The two men, unlikely allies, begin to piece together a puzzle with far too many missing parts. Their determination drives the story forward, but Salem fans know, determination alone cannot stop the chaos that follows the truth. And then comes Rafe Hernandez, prepared to conduct a DNA swab on Tessero. To outsiders, this should be the end of speculation. Science, after all, is supposed to cut through doubt. But in Salem, DNA tests are not final answers, they are ticking time bombs. Results are tampered with, swapped, or delayed, sometimes by unseen hands with everything to lose. What should be proof instead becomes theater. So the real question is not simply who baby Tessero belongs to. The question is, will anyone in Salem ever know the truth unaltered? While the baby mystery grips Salem, a different kind of heartbreak unfolds in the life of young Rachel Black. When Brady finally tells her that Kristen has been sentenced to 6 years in prison, Rachel's world collapses. For a child already burdened by the shadows of her family's legacy, the news is more than she can process. Her grief curdles into guilt, and she convinces herself that she is somehow responsible for her mother's fate. It is a painful reflection of Salem's curse. Innocence is rarely protected here. Rachel, still so young, carries emotional scars far beyond her years. Instead of carefree days, she wrestles with shame, questions of loyalty, and fears that she may have betrayed her mother without meaning to. Her heartache spills into a vulnerable confession to Holly Jonas, where she admits her guilt and confusion. It's a tender but devastating scene, reminding viewers how Salem's children inherit the sins of their parents whether they want to or not. Rachel's decision to visit Kristen in Stateville is the most emotional turning point of the week. For Kristen, seeing her daughter is both healing and excruciating. She longs to embrace Rachel, to reassure her, yet every word risks reopening the wounds of a childhood tainted by betrayal and violence. How does a mother explain years of scheming, blackmail, and destruction to a child who still sees her as a hero? Kristen's greatest punishment is not the prison walls around her, but the look in her daughter's eyes, the fear, the confusion, the loss of innocence. For Rachel, the visit may provide comfort, but it also deepens the haunting truth. In Salem, even love between a mother and child cannot escape the weight of the DiMera legacy. The preview closes on the grand halls of the DiMera mansion, where Tony DiMera greets his nephew Theo Carver with warmth and affection. For a brief moment, the DiMera name feels like family rather than empire. But Salem fans know appearances are never to be trusted. Tony has not simply invited Theo home for a reunion, he has summoned him with purpose. A proposal is on the table, and when a DiMera makes a proposal, danger is never far behind. Theo, often portrayed as the voice of reason in a family defined by ambition and treachery, approaches cautiously. His return should be a chance to reconnect, yet curiosity pulls him deeper. What exactly does Tony want? Power within the family? Support for a new scheme? Or perhaps Theo's unique perspective to legitimize a risky move? The moment crackles with tension. Theo represents integrity, a rare quality in a DiMera. But will his loyalty to blood outweigh his instinct to keep distance from the family's darker dealings? Salem history shows that no one escapes the DiMera orbit untouched. If Theo accepts Tony's proposal, he could find himself on a path of betrayal and sacrifice he never intended to walk. If he refuses, he risks alienating the very family that has welcomed him back. Either way, the choice before him is dangerous, and his decision could reshape the balance of power in Salem's most infamous dynasty. This week's Days of Our Lives preview promises a storm of emotions: grief, suspicion, love, and betrayal. From Julie and Maggie's bittersweet reflections to Chanel's bold dreams of motherhood, from Brady's relentless pursuit of the truth to Rachel's heartbreaking visit with Kristen, Salem is alive with conflict. And looming over it all is baby Tessero, the child who may hold answers to questions no one is prepared to face. But as Salem fans know, every revelation only opens the door to more chaos. Will Rafe's DNA swab finally expose the truth? Will Chanel and Johnny's family dream survive the DiMera legacy? And how far will Rachel go to hold onto her mother? Stay tuned, Salem's story is only just beginning.